Hey everybody, Lisa here. I am going to work with you now. I did a video a little earlier about how to incorporate Blackboard into your course, how to schedule a Blackboard session, how to locate the Blackboard links for the session, as well as how to access the recording link. So now I am going to go into Blackboard and go through a couple of the tools in Blackboard so that everyone can be familiar with them. So once you enter into the session that you have scheduled, you are the moderator. Since you are the instructor in your D2L course shell, you are automatically considered the moderator. Just to kind of go over a few of the things that we have here in D2L, we have this icon down here at the bottom of the screen in the center. The first icon is you. These are your status and your settings. So when you see kind of those little boxes with somebody's name on them, you can actually select a setting. You can tell them that you are happy, maybe that you are away for a few minutes and you'll be back. So if you're in a meeting, tell your students, hey, I'll be right back. You can set that as away. You can disagree or agree if someone asks a question. You can give feelings or ask maybe somebody to move a little slower. All of those things are available to you there. So I'm pretty happy tonight, so I think I'll select that. Next to your settings icon, you have your microphone. You can turn your microphone on. When it's green, it is on and functioning. When it's with a line across it, then it's turned off. Same thing with your video. You can turn your video on or off. So if you turn it on, it's going to give you a preview. Hello, how is everyone? And you can then share your video from there, or if you decide not to have video, you can turn that off as well. Last but not least is the raise hand tool. Everyone has this, whether you are a participant, moderator, or presenter. Usually you'll reserve this for students. You may be lecturing, and during your lecture you don't want them speaking. They may have a lot of background noise. It can be distracting and difficult to teach with that. So you can mute the students. Just let them know, hey, I'm gonna mute everyone's microphone. If you have a question, please use the raise hand icon at the bottom. This will turn purple with the number 1 on it when you raise your hand. When we look at the roster tool, when you have multiple people in the room and they start raising their hand, each hand will be given a number. And when you look at the roster tool, it will tell you what order the hands were raised so you can answer the questions in order. Put my hand down. Then the other tool we have is up here in the top left-hand corner. There are 3 bars, this little tab here, and this is your session menu. You click on that session menu. You can use the help in Collaborate. So here's the Collaborate help. That'll take you to a website. You can review their policy. You can tell me about Collaborate. It will actually start you on a tour. So an introduction or learn about private chat. There are different tours that you can take. If you're having a problem with Blackboard audio, video, sharing, those sorts of issues, you can report that. This will take you to an outside link. The most important button over here that you need, though, that's really important to remember is the start recording. Because that little tab up in the corner is so small, just make yourself a note to start recording as soon as you're ready to begin your lecture. Otherwise, you won't be recording and the students who miss the lecture won't be able to get it. In order to start recording, just click on Start Recording and you will see this small red dot that's up here in the top left-hand corner. This is telling you that recording is occurring. So right now, Blackboard is recording what we are doing. I'm going to go ahead and let that record so that you can see the recording link when we're done. Our last tool is down here in the bottom right-hand corner. It's this purple tab here, and that's the Collaborate panel. You'll usually open this and leave it open during your entire lecture. It's just easier. In this tool, we have the chat room. We were using that today in our training. So we have the chat tool here. At the top of the chat tool, We can select everyone. And in the recording, everyone is being recorded. That's what this little red dot here means. It means that everything in the chat room is being recorded and will be played back in the recording. You can select, if you have more than one moderator, you may have that. And then you can chat just with your moderators. And then you can, if you want to, find a particular student, or when there's a roster, you can oftentimes just click on the roster on that student's name and send them a private message if you want to. So there's our chat room. I'm going to put that back to everyone. Since I'm the only one in here, it's kind of quiet, so not much happening. To type something into the chat, you just type into the chat box here. There we go. And so now I have a little message up in the chat room. The next tool is your roster tool. It tells you who is attending the class at any given time. It will tell you whether they are a moderator, a participant, or a presenter. It will tell you if they are joining, so you'll see the name and a little purple circle up at the top there when they are joining, trying to connect and get in the room. You will also see when they leave, it'll have a little door with an arrow pointing to the left. That means that the person has left the room. It will also give you a small pop-up message when that person has left the room. In these controls, here is where you can control the attendee individually. I'm a moderator, so there's not much to do there, but over here, these small 3 dots here is where you would click, and if it were someone else, you could make them a moderator, make them a presenter, change their status, take them out of the room, or even mute their microphone or unmute it. Here at the top right-hand corner, you have options for all attendees. You can mute all. You can detach this panel if you want to. And you can find an attendee. Maybe you have a whole lot of people in that room and you're looking for a particular person. It gives you a search option. The next tool to the right, this is the meat and bones, and I'm going to stop our recording here and give you a second recording that will go over all of the different tools in the share content. So I will see you in part 3 of the Blackboard overview for the science faculty.